It was a competition of fast plays, incredible card combinations and brutal player eliminations in the final Masters Tour online event for the 2021 season. The Undercity was theirs for the taking, and through 3 days of solid competition, one familiar Hearthstone champion rose through the ranks to take the $250,000 tournament title.
Notice that he killed his own minion there to stop Rhino lethals, like every... I like to point out the Fury Hunter things, the little things that he sometimes does.
Yeah, Rhino hero power would have been game as well, right? Through the
That wasn't a mistake, that was actually just technically correct. He knows he's probably dead here because Hunter has always accumulated direct damage here. And Shouty.
Wu Zhuwei, better known to the world of Hearthstone as the incredible Shouty from China, worked his way through the Undercity round of 16 with confidence. Taking on the best of the world with his OTK Demon Hunter, Quest Warlock, Face Hunter and Quest Warrior decks, Shouty came back strong in the 5th and final game against the last remaining Danish player, Fury Hunter. With his minions imbued with Wind Fury, Shouty cemented himself in the Undercity quarterfinals. It was there that he bested Chinese Taipei star Give Please in the best-of-5 matchup. 2 games down, Give Please snatched the 3rd game off Shouty with a board full of tokens. This was made even deadlier with the use of a Celestial Alignment, a spell that reduced Shouty's mana crystals to 0. Shouty had no choice but to hand the game over to his opponent. Redemption was found in Game 4's Demon Hunter versus Demon Hunter matchup, where Il'gynoth came into play to sap the remaining 19 health off Give Please. A spot in the semi-finals was fought and earned by the Chinese superstar. It was from this point onwards that the Chinese card slinger showed his true colours. Pitted against fellow hometown rival Tianming, Shouty fought and claimed one game after another. His Quest Warlock's board presence was strong throughout the final game of the semi-finals. Tianming's Druid offered no clear, and not even his armor count could keep him alive in the game.
If he puts the Battlemaster in the middle of the 2 highest attack minions, then he can't kill either of them. Obviously he can't now because of mana, but... Whereas he could have put the it with the Bristleback in between them, right? So then he can drain soul the Bristleback. Regardless.
In the end, though, it does not matter. 22 just from the Wind Fury minions, and then just the small matter of a couple of free attack minions going face to round this one out.
A flawless run in the semi-finals was just what Shouty wanted. Also coming off the back of a flawless victory was Hong Kong Hearthstone star Dragon Man, who through some punishing Warlock play of his own, defeated Russia's Lloyd Grusin 3-0 to advance in the Undercity Masters. It was Garrote Rogue versus OTK Demon Hunter for game number 1. And with an early preparation coming out of Dragon Man, Shroud of Concealment started drawing minions to set himself up moving forward. Hammering through his quest, it wasn't till turn 4 when Shouty finally brought a minion into play. This prevented filling up his hand and potentially dumping more important cards. Shouty was setting himself up for a 1-turn kill. Dragon Man was all out of luck, drawing cards that didn't help his dire situation.
Oh, this is the cruelest of outcomes. Dragon Man getting through to the finals, playing his absolute heart out, and then this is the hand he's dealt in the grand finals.
Game 1 went to Shouty. The second game was a story of Anaconda Druid versus Quest Warlock, as an early nature studies proved useful in Dragon Man's opening hand. A cheap Anatheron landed on the board on turn 4, but it was soon followed up with a maxed out Glowfly Swarm to flood Dragon Man's side of the board. Dealing so much damage to himself, Flesh Giants were summoned onto the board. Along with Anatheron, Dragon Man put all his luck in a Cenarian ward to stay alive in the game.
The only downside of this play is he didn't get a Neophyte down, so Dragon Man does get a turn of Hearthstone. He actually gets to play, but it's going to have to be the most ridiculous turn of Hearthstone you've ever seen, as he just lets it rip, throws down his cards, Solar Cenarian, and prays for some of the best 8 drops that you have ever seen.
Like Turalian, can he survive that way? Jace is, and that bird is definitely a whiff.
With 2 in the bag, Xiao Ti was at tournament point with little effort.
Just weapon swings.
Xiao Ti's Quest Warrior would finally get a play in the grand final set. Up against Dragon Man's Anaconda Druid deck once more, RNG was on Xiao Ti's side as he drew the perfect hand to complement his Raid the Docks quest. Off the back of an Innovate and a Lightning Bloom, Dragon Man let loose his Celestial alignment, once again reducing his opponent's mana to 0. Unfortunately, he mistakenly sealed his own fate. The reset in mana crystals meant nothing to Xiao Ti and his pirates. With nothing on the board to prevent or recover from damage, Dragon Man was reduced down to 13 health and sat at lethal for the following turn.
It's still lacking a little bit of ramp to make this perfect, I suppose. But Anaconda will make the ward and the nourish cost 0, so you could also just say the nourish is good enough and you'd rather have card draw from this point.
That is, however, if he's not just literally dead on the following turn, which as it currently stands, he is!
Yes,
Xiao Ti
you're
with
right.
lethal on board, Dragon Man unable to do it, which means in Masters Tour Undercity, it's Xiao Ti.
Xiao Ti's decks, game plan and perfect mulligans won him the Hearthstone Masters Tour Undercity online event, rounding out the Grandmasters 2021 season.
Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with the amazing eSport content from around the gaming globe. Only on Unbeaten Esports.